A Passage North by Anuk Arutpragasam. This is the book that I had decided to read for the month of April as per my reading challenge. And this is a book which I had trouble reading when I tried doing it multiple times long time back. So this time I set into it and I'm glad because I was successful and it's a very interesting book. The story is set in Sri Lanka during the period after the Civil War. That means sometime during 2009 and later. The main protagonist is Krishan. Krishan is in his 20s. He has completed post graduation from Delhi in India. So he has been studying in India. And when the novel starts, he is staying in Colombo, working for an NGO. He's staying with his mother and grandmother, both of whom are widows. And there is also a lady called Rani who has been staying with them to look after the grandmother. Rani is not currently with them because she has gone to her daughter's house in the northern part of Sri Lanka. So it's been quite some time since Rani has left. And when the story starts, Krishan gets two messages. One is an email from his ex lover, Anjum, with whom he has had a breakup and he has not been in touch with her for a long time. And the second is a phone call from Rani's daughter telling him that Rani has died. He does not know how to convey it to his grandmother. And so he is ruminating over both these incidents in his life. So Krishan is a person who has been largely insulated from the war, the civil war in his country. And also he had come to India to study. He was doing his post-graduation in Delhi where he met Anju. And he had a very intense relationship with her, after which they broke up. And also at that time, he was very obsessed with the war in Sri Lanka and he used to keep watching documentaries and reading up about it. And he was also going through a kind of guilt that he was not doing anything for anybody or that he did not have a cause in his life to live for. So, Krishan is a person who is more like an observer. He has not been fully involved in anything in the war. And Rani is a person who has been completely traumatized by the war. She has lost people, she has lost her dear ones to the war. And these are the two people on whom the author focuses. This is more like exploration of a person's thoughts, this novel. It does not feel like a story. It feels more like following Krishan's thoughts. At times, it goes the way of Rani's life, and at times, it goes into a track where Anjum was with him and how he had broken up with her and how life was with her. So there are these two tracks on which this novel goes. Okay, then along with these two tracks are also scenes or stories from mythology and history that the author says, and which at that time when he describes it in great detail, we feel that there is something discordant and we feel why is he speaking like this. But later there comes a point when that particular story has a lot of significance. um, for me, I really loved this. I really loved the way his thoughts were going. I loved the way Krishan's thoughts were going because the author has a clarity, a fantastic clarity of thought. So, how a relationship is and what happens to both the people in the relationship and how their behavior is completely influenced by the other person and what they want from the relationship. It's beautifully described, and I really liked it. I really loved the way that he talks about it. Then there is also the part where Rani is there and life in Sri Lanka, people who were affected by it, and how Krishan sees that. That is another track. Then there is the track of Krishan going to attend Rani's funeral. This novel is not an easy read. The sentences are really long. They just go on and on, but there is a beauty in those sentences. There are so many thoughts which gain clarity in those sentences that I really didn't mind that. But the fact that when I was so engrossed in what was happening to Krishan in Sri Lanka and how he was dealing with it, suddenly he goes off on this track with Anju, and that for me was slightly distracting. But other than that, I really loved this novel. The way it meanders and we are taken along. I didn't feel like stopping it at all. I did take some time getting into it because I had to invest a lot of attention and focus and time into it. But once I was in it, I just wanted to go with the flow. There are so many contrasts that the author uses, which I found gripping. One is the physical deterioration of Krishan's grandmother. You know, she is aged, so her body is going through its own problems. But when Rani comes there and when Rani gives her companionship and constant care, she recovers from it to a huge extent. But the wounds and the deterioration of Rani's mind is not something which can be recovered. There are some tragedies which are imprinted on the mind. There are some wounds which cannot be healed. It's imprinted into the retina and it will refuse to go from your mind. Then there is that, divide between the observer and the person who has gone through it, person who is in the middle of it. There is a certain kind of detachment that the observer can have. There's a certain kind of beauty that the observer can find in tragedy. But for one who has gone through it, there is only pain. So these are some things which made me want to read it, which made me want to continue reading. So, A Passage North by Anuk Arut Prakasam is not an easy read, but it's a beautiful read. Be ready to invest some time and focus into this. This is a great book for a digital detox because you cannot afford to just leave this and go back and check your phone because this is so intense. If you're in the mood to know more about how a person's mind works and in the process finding out how your mind works, you should go and check this out. A Passage North by Anuk Arut Pragasam. And till we meet again for the next video, please keep reading. Bye bye.